Okay, here we go. July 9, 7:10 a.m. Let's get our trade on. This is our butterfly 0 DTE trade. So we'll start off by going to, we'll go to add simulated trades. This is a 0 DTE trade, so I'm going to go to July 9, and I'm going to go down to at the money. So this week we're doing a slightly different variation on this trade that we've been doing in the past. This is like the off-centered broken wing butterfly version. So I'm just going to throw this in there. The default order, say analyze by trade butterfly. Then I'll go over the risk graph, and there she is in all her glory. So the SPX is trading at 5585. So I'm going to make the middle strike 5585, center it. The upper wing will be 10 points above that, so that's 59.95. And then the lower wing will be 15 points. There we go. And then I'm going to shift the whole thing down. So I'm just going to take each of these strikes, go down by 10, 10, and 10. Okay, that gets us a little outside the tent. That's not too shabby. Let's see what happens if we come in one. Okay, well, this is one of those situations where we're kind of like between strikes. Ideally, I like to get it right on that leg, right where it turns, right on the break even there. But what I'm going to do today is, let's see, is it going to move up there? Let me see here. If we come up here to oh, what the heck? What are you doing, Dan? You're going the wrong way. Totally the wrong way. Okay. That's not too bad. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so let's put these on. So I'm going to do 3 today. Let's get a little crazy. We had scaled up to 3 anyway last week or 2 weeks ago, and then we ran into a bunch of BS where theta was coming out really super slow. And okay, so we can get 80 on this. Okay. Are you guys gonna film me? Oh, jumped up. Okay, let's go to 85. Fine. That didn't even change. 85. 85. $85. Okay, so there we are. We're on at 85. So we have 3 contracts. Broken wing butterfly, 85. There we go. So now what we're going to do with this, what we're doing this week is we're doing this to initiate the position, and then we're going to have 3 little wings, the Jimi Hendrix trade. So we're going to come down to, I'm just going to throw this in there and it'll center it. I'll fix it. Analyze vertical. So we kind of play it by, we decide like how many. That doesn't look too bad. That looks pretty good. So yeah, so with this version we're creating the space. So last week we were doing little wings that were long on the same long of the butterfly, and create like a sharp triangle right there. This week I'm going out one, and it's not too bad either. That's a nice. See, what I'm trying to do with these is just reduce, if there was a big move down, reduce the total loss on these things if it were to like just out of control race down. So with 3 we're a little negative, but we're still rather than have a total of 1755 risk down here without it, we have like a 345. That's significantly different. We could even do 4. We could actually make money if it were to crash down on that. So I'm not going to put these on yet. I'm going to get them ready. Here's our current trade. And then to manage to the upside, I'm using the tilt where I go 1 day out instead of zero DTE options for this adjustment. The main butterfly is 0 DTE. Everything is 0 DTE except for this upside adjustment, which is a tilt. I go 1 day out, so the next day options, and I say analyze by trade. I do a at the money vertical, and just kind of tilts the whole thing, which is nice. It gives us this nice long ramp to work with. So combined, we get something sort of like that. But we don't need to put all these on at the time. I mean, it's very likely, well, I don't say likely, but it's very possible that we could make our full profit, which in this case it's 3. So our profit target is $50 per contract. So we have 3 on, so that's $150. 150 is our profit target on this. So I'm going to leave this guy on just as it is. Nothing else added yet. I'm going to wait. I'm going to react. And I'm also going to throw in a couple of fire extinguishers snow tires. So these are just 0 DTE naked call and put, like 1 or 2. And I use these in case there's like some big fast move. I don't have to go scurrying around like a nervous rat trying to find the right call and put to put on there. I can just throw it on. It's sitting there waiting down here, and I can just throw it on really fast and stop the bleeding if something kind of out of control happens. So I'm just going to go to the 0 DTE options, choose a $50 put, and come over to the call side and choose like a $50 call. And I'm not putting these on either. These are just kind of sitting there waiting if I need them. I can just throw it on real quick and stop the bleeding. If there was like a sharp sudden move down, I felt like I couldn't manage it. Okay, so there we go. We're off and running on this one. So we have all our trades staged out here. If we keep going to the upside, I can throw on this tilt. But not quite there yet. So we have a total risk on the upside of 255. And on the downside we have 1755, but we have these Jimi Hendrixes sitting here waiting if needed. Alright, that's it for getting this thing off and running. I'll check back in like in 15 to 30 minutes unless something happens before then, and I'll see you then. Okay, here it is, 8 o'clock, July 9. Here's the current state of our butterfly trade. You can see we're doing very well. So nothing added, just the original broken wing butterfly by itself at this point. No upside adjustment, no downside adjustment, nothing on the downside yet. And we're getting really close to hitting our profit target. Our profit target is 150. There's 150 right there. So what I did was I created an automatic exit order to close out of 2 of them at 135. That'll give us, that's our profit target basically, of $150 for all 3. But I'm only going to close out of 2 of them and leave 1 on, at least temporarily, and see where that puts us. See if I can maneuver this into maneuver that last one that I don't take off into some sort of a cool or higher probability trade. See if we can get some of it above the 0 line and all that. So this should go at any second, I think. I'm just gonna let this play for a few minutes, see if we can actually get it recorded, some rare footage of a butterfly being captured, or the profits being captured anyway. So I'm gonna let this play for a few seconds. Now usually when I do this, it never happens until I turn the video back off, and then all of a sudden it goes. But let's see what happens today. But maybe today will be different. Probably not, but hey, I never give up. I never give up hope. Never lose hope. Never give up. Remember that? You probably don't remember that. That was some corny. When I was a kid, we always used to have these. Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm all over the map today. I'm sorry. I'm just like going out all these different trails. But there's this website called. Let me pull it up. We can watch some of that while we're waiting. There's a YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly, where it's really great. It's this guy who's like he's kind of a famous. He's a famous model or a famous photographer. I think he did a lot of modeling. He wasn't a model. He was the photographer for a lot of models, I think. Anyway, he has this channel called Soft White Underbelly, where he brings in people just off the street, just everyday, normal, average people, and interviews them and takes their photo. And they're really great. Highly recommended. I mean, it's a lot of it's disturbing because he deals with a lot of street folks, drug addicts, people who are out on the street. Let me see if I can find a Soft White Underbelly. Anyway, there was this he has a couple of really good ones where he interviews these mobsters, like from the old days. And I just watched one last night that's just amazing. Let me see if I can find it. Videos. So it was just posted. I'll put a link to this channel in the description below. It's really, well, I really like it. It's where'd it go? Watch me get all distracted by this, and like trade will go to crap. Where is? How do I filter these? Let's say this week. There it is. This guy. This is a great one. I mean, it's kind of long.
What's up, everybody? I'm Chris Noggle from Money School BYOB and the Money Multiplier. And today, I'm going to do something that a lot of people told me.
Okay, so I'm going to start to play this.
I was.
I don't know if we'll get all the way through it because it's pretty long, and it looks like this trade should be going out any second here. I mean, maybe I'll prolong the trade. Let's take a look at that. That's what I should be focusing on here. So we're up about 150 bucks, 160. So we should be hitting that profit target any second here. 135 is the number we're looking for. It's at 130, 135. Come on, guys, give it to me. And in case I forget or I get too distracted from this, check this out. I'll put a link to this in the description below. This guy has amazing stories. He's an amazing storyteller. He's Sammy the Bull. He was like a hitman for the mob, and it's just a pretty. There's another one too. Another one of these, Frank Collada, I think his name is. I'll leave a link to that one too. That guy's stories were amazing as well. I'll hit play and then we'll just see what happens with this trade here.
Italy, Sicily, through Canada as an illegal alien. It took years for him to become a citizen, but they were hardworking, good people. There was 5 of us. My brother, Frankie Gravano, died before I was born. Then they had twin girls. Twin sisters. One of them died before I was born.
I'm going to fast forward a little bit. This is good, but this isn't the best. This
kicked out of school.
I'll get to a good part.
Not being able to spell properly.
Look at this guy. He looks like
their little small dress
somebody
factory.
you don't want to mess with.
And I put it in until it was dripping over the sides. Kid, you're in fights all the time.
Come on, let's find something good here.
Sammy, there'll be such confusion. Nobody will know what's going on. It was the boss's nephew, and
okay, let's go from here.
He got in touch with the guy Frankie, who was in our crew, and he says, "Frankie, I need your help." Frankie says, "Of course, to do what?" He says, "I want to kill Shorty Spiro, the boss, and I want to kill Sammy." So everybody knew about the affair and his wife and all of that stuff. And so Frankie told him, "Why do you want to kill Sammy? He's not playing around with your wife. It's not him." He says, "I know, it's Tommy. But if I kill Tommy, Shorty will put it together And who's he going to send? He's going to send Sammy. So if I kill Shorty and Sammy, there'll be such confusion. Nobody will know what's going on. 6 months later, I'll
I
kill
think that's
Tommy.
Get Shorty. Remember that movie Get Shorty?
Frankie didn't buy it. He told him, okay, I'll help you. But he went to Shorty Sparrow. When he went to Shorty Sparrow, he went to this guy who was a captain, Carmine Persico. And Carmine Persico went to Joe Colombo, who was the boss of the family, and told him the story. And it came back down the line. Shorty Sparrow called me in and said, listen, Sammy, you're going to kill Joe Colucci. And told me the story, what happened. I didn't know about that, all that. And he said, who do you want to take with you? I thought I might have been being goaded into thinking, being told that Joe Colucci wanted to kill me. I couldn't figure out why. I thought maybe I was being bullshitted. So the first guy I said I want with me is his nephew. I said, your nephew. He created this fucking monster. And I want Frankie.
Welcome to Iron Beam, the future of futures trading. With our cutting-edge chart trading feature.
I wanted Frankie because I wanted to be able to talk to him and find out if I was being bullshit, if this was true. He put both of them on the hit with me, and I grabbed Frankie right away. Did Joey ask you to do these things? Yes, Sammy. Then why didn't you come to me? He said, Sammy, I saved your life, bro. I did what I was supposed to do. I went to the boss. I thought about it, and he was right. He did save my life. He didn't say yes. He didn't help the guy. He did what he was supposed to do. And I've never killed anybody at that point. I saw movies and stuff that a guy was going to do a murder, and he was nervous and sweating and this and that. He was going through all these things until he killed the guy. And then he just almost mentally dissolved right on in the movie. I thought that's what happens to you. We worked on this hit for a little while. One night in an after-hour club, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, I heard that chime.
Frankie,
so old
Tommy
Sammy the
Sparrow.
Bull Gravano is going to have to wait. I'll just leave a link to that in the description. Check it out. It's remarkable. How's that for a word? It reminds me of like Goodfellas, like the real life Goodfellas. And actually, when I was watching, I was thinking maybe this guy. It seemed like Martin Scorsese. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that he interviewed that dude, or he knew these stories, because there's a lot of similarities between like movies like Goodfellas, those Martin Scorsese mob movies, and the stories he was telling. Anyway, check it out. I'll put a link in the description. All right, so we just got out of 2 of these, so I got to pay attention now. Come on, Dan. Okay, so I had 3 on to begin with. Come on, take a swim. Okay, so there's the 3. Now we just got out of 1 of them right here. No, we got out of 2 of them. We peeled back 2. So this is a cool position now. So we only have 1 on left. We have we're above the 0 line on the upside. So no matter what now, going all the way up to all the way up to the infinity and beyond, we're going to make at least $15. So that's beautiful. We still have some profit we can grab out of this, and we have a theta of 330-ish. Our downside risk is 485, but I'm not concerned about that at this point. We have not a long, but we have quite a ways to go before we get into trouble. But I am going to take a look at adding a little wing. Not as many little wings. I had 4 for the initial setup, but now that we've gotten rid of 2 of them, let's see what 2 would look like. 2 Jimi Hendrixes. Come on, take a swim. Okay, so that's 2, which ain't too shabby. Let's see here. So we can do something like this. It would give us all this protection over that sea of death. If it crashes to 0, we can make up to 445. In this tent, we can make up to 941. Now we have a little bit of a loss because we added those 2 Jimi Hendrixes right there. But worst case scenario, the upside right now is 55. But what if I were to roll? Let's see. What if I were to roll one of those legs up on that butterfly? What if I were to roll the 5585? 5585. Okay. Up to the 5580. So I'm just rolling that upper wing up a strike. That would give us something like a little something like that. So now we can make up to 215-ish. 200 in here. We have that's not too bad. If it crashes to 0, we can make 220. So that makes sense. But I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a minute. See if I can pump some more profits out of this particular position. If we come up here, I mean, this is a nice we don't have that on right now. This is our current trade. So I'm just going to sit on this for a minute here. So step 1. Well, that's not right either. Come on, Dan. So I took these off. So this is our, wait. Okay, this is our real trade right now. Is that right? I thought we were above. Oh yeah, I'm all screwed up. So our current position right now is this. This is our real position. Okay, so 15 bucks if it goes from here all the way up to infinity. We have a nice area in here, profit potential, and then the worst case scenario is it tanks. We can lose 477, 485 all the way down to 0. So I'm just gonna let this sit right here. Right now we have 157-ish bucks in here. So I'm gonna let that sit there and ruminate. So I can get some more profits out of that, and then we can take a look at doing those other things I was just taking a look at, which are, I'm going to move these down to the bottom so that my potential trades going forward are all lined up down below together. So I'm going to say analyze trade. I'm going to clean that up, get rid of that. So here's what I am looking to possibly do. So the first thing is add some little wings. Well, let's take a look at if we rolled that first without any little wings at all. So if we rolled this leg up, we can get a position like that. Or if we add the little wings first, we get a position like this. Together. It's not too shabby, but you can see I don't really have any potential, any more profit potential that I can get. I'm pretty much capped out right now, so I don't want to be capped out yet. At some point it's fine, but I think I can still get some more out of this. So I'm going to leave this position on just like this for a bit and see if I can get some more profits out of this, and then look to do that adjustment there that we just looked at. All right, so that's it for this one. I'll come back in like, say, 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. We'll check back in unless something happens or unless I'm ready to do those trades that we just looked at. And I'll come back and we'll do those on camera. Okay, here goes this 917. This is our quick update on our butterfly 0 DTE trade. So in the prior update, like 30 minutes ago, we had taken off 2 of these butterflies. So we had the position, the way the position started out was 3 butterflies, and we took 2 off. Once we hit our $150 profit target, I took 2 off, hoping to squeeze a little bit more out of the one that I left on. So we have just 1 now, and we were up in here, and we got really close to hitting 200, but it's fading now. It's fading, and I don't want to. I just don't want to sit around here anymore. So I'm going to try to get out of this at 150. I don't want to screw that up again like yesterday. So to get out at 150, I need to do what? 35. So let's see if we can get up this last one. Just take my 150 and call it a day. Oh shit. Something just went. Oh, my previous order had gone. So at 145. So let's lock that in. 145. We're out of this trade. We made a total of 160. So our profit target was 150. We made 160. So goal achieved. And now I'm just going to get out of here and go do something else. I'm going to get out of the office and just go. Maybe take my kid to Chuck E. Cheese or pizza or something. Well, you know what? There's a new like a race car place that actually a friend of ours just opened. Like, you know, those indoor places where they have those little go-karts you race around. They're really cool. Oh yeah, and then real quick, let me just see what the return on this was. So on today's trade. So let's see, when did we have the most amount of risk? So right here, it's 485. There were only 2 stages of this trade. The initial position had a total risk of 1755. So let's say 160 divided by 1755 risk. So 9.1% in a couple hours, which is fabulous. Not too shabby. Pretty good. All right, so let's pull up the Excel sheet on this. So here's our Excel sheet. I'm just going to copy and paste this one down here. Today's July 9. And today we went to 3. We had a 3 contract trade on, so we scaled back up to 3. That'll be the same. So the winner, it was a winner. We won 100 and we won. We made $160. 160. Today was a beautiful trade. I mean, it can't get much easier than this. We set this bad boy on in the morning, and then we didn't have to do anything else. No adjustments, no add-ons, no plugins, nothing. We hit our 150 profit target. I took off 2, and I was going to try to look at that. This would have almost pinned too. Oh, man, what a perfect day. So I peeled off 2 of these, and then I was going to try to see if I could get 200, but then I just got bored. I didn't want to hang around anymore. I want to go do something else, get out of here for a while. And I took the other one off, and we made 160. So we hit and exceeded our profit target on this. The profit target is $50 per contract. So we had a 3 contract butter on, so 50 times 3 is 150. We made 160. So it was a good day. It was a good trade. So let's do this. Let's see where we are now. I'm just going to put this up here. I don't want to copy and paste these numbers yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, put in this number. Today was a win of $160. So there's our new total. So we've made, ever since we started to trade this with real money, these are real money trades, we've made $2,495. We've lost $815 with losers. And then when we subtract the $815 losers from the $24.95 winners, this is our total profit, $1,680. And that's it. That's all she wrote. And if you'd like to follow along with me on these trades or any of my other trades I'm doing, my real money trades and my experimental trades, just make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. Just click on that subscribe button below this video, and also join me on my website. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. head on over there, sign up for my free email newsletter. And when you do that, you'll get a welcome email sent out to you right away. Just reply back to that welcome email and I'll get back to you and we'll go from there. All right, that's it for this one. See you tomorrow.